think we can start with our question and answer round. I'll request the audience to come on video so that, we can have a panel discussion, like a discussion and interaction. I'll request अगर हम ये screen हटा दें तो सब दिखाई देंगे, so that we are all visible and we can interact with each other. So may I, all the audience, I like the bright faces and everybody. It seems that we are talking to everyone and we are one in inspiring each other. So who'd like to start? Because what was interesting in today's discussion was that we explored. I mean, we suddenly became aware at the varied circumstances, the challenges, the amount of variety of challenges, the trials and tribulations which learners across our country are facing. They could be geographical challenges like the ones in Loktak Lake. If you go towards Loktak Lake, and I was fortunate to be there, I mean, to even reach there is a big challenge. It's in one corner of the state, and even to reach there is, you need to really be tough to be there and survive there, because it rains so much. There's so much of slushiness, and to have a school there, how are the learners even learning? I mean, learning is not just classrooms. We need playgrounds, we need libraries, we need laboratories. Can you even imagine a school on Loktak Lake? I mean, for me, it's unimaginable. And what a great thing. I mean, what kind of work they are doing. Then different needs, different needs, disabilities or special abilities of children, and to empower them, to enable them to learn. Then different age groups. I mean, could we ever think that Dadimas could go to school, and why should they go to school? And here we see that how much during the last years, during the autumn of their life, they are getting the fruits of learning, and they are enjoying knowledge. So it's amazing. I would want anybody to start with questions or any comments. If you have, please go ahead. You're welcome.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Madam Pooja. Whenever we want to do something, we always think of, what are the things we need in order to start something. But I think these great heroes have proved that you can do a lot of things with nothing. Like as you just spoke, the schools on the lake, it was so amazing that you can actually, because knowledge, they're just, giving knowledge. And for that, you don't need infrastructure and all that. They're doing it. They're proving it. So I think the lesson that I learned today is, if you want to start something, just start it. Don't look for, excuses. Okay, I don't have this, or I need this to start. I need this, I need that. I think if you want to start something worthwhile for the people, you can start it right away, even from your home. That's a big lesson that I can. I mean, I think saluting these big heroes is also very, very small, like I was spellbound listening to their story. The Radima school, I mean, what do they have? They just have a room. But look at all their happiness, the joy of their face, the bags they're carrying. So, and the attachment that you have created. So that is priceless. That is priceless. So we can actually take back this lesson that we can start anything, anytime, anywhere, provided you have it in your mind. That's a big lesson I take back. Thank you.
Correct. Absolutely, Nandita. My first question would be to Jinan sir. And sir, you have kind of stirred or stimulated or deconstructed a lot of our concepts about education. I mean, I know it's just the tip of the iceberg, what you just told us. But I was wondering that if we start, removing all the structured things from the lives of children, what are we left with? I mean, what kind of environment are we going to give? Like it's fine to say that whatever the social structures have been created, and I what I mean to say is schools. But if we remove all of that, as you are recommending, what are we left with? Sir, please unmute yourself.
You see, the biggest problem is that we have not understood what is learning. Our assumption is that somebody that gives you some silly thing. You see, let me ask you one simple question, which I ask everybody normally. I want to know how many of you remember one or two details of what you did when you're maybe your first standard. Can you tell me what is the color of sky? If you can do it fast, it will be very good. What is the color of sky? Can you quickly, one or two answers will be fantastic. What is the color of sky? Fantastic. What is the color of leaf?
Green.
Green. Fantastic. This is just to prove you that how idiotic this whole education system is. The same question was asked to a little child. The child is asking back, what time of the day are you referring to? It simply proves that educated are totally in the mind, carrying some silly information, and they think they are educated. Whereas a true learner doesn't carry anything in their head. They learn at that point by observing, by being aware. You see, the whole problem. So what I'm trying to say is that we have to first get this right, that what is really knowledge. And I'm not exaggerating. Yesterday, I was actually going through the whole research that MIT is doing on developing artificial intelligence. And all their research is on small details of how small children are creating knowledge. And knowledge creation means, and precise, very, very clearly they are telling what we are talking about is not language, but how do they understand things? How do they compare? It's an amazing, and this is the journey that I have been doing for the last 35 years. I have been documenting children, whatever they do, for any activity that they do, an activity that normally a modern educated person would say, sit properly, he's doing badmashi. Because we don't agree with most things that children do. So what I did was that I began to systematically document this, and I found that there is a very, very clear pattern to every activity a child is doing. Now, what that means is that what a child does spontaneously is inspired by biology. Our response is from culture. Our response is from conditioning. When a child is responding, the child is responding from biology. I'll give you another very good example. That if see what is happening to people like us who have been taught how to read is that we are using our eyes to think. I hope you are getting this. But if you allow a child to read on their own, they will adopt a completely different process. They will see and retain the ability of seeing to grasp what is written there. So you see the difference. And I also very deeply studied why children do drawing. And I have almost 3 years of documentation of the drawings done by children, which are completely spontaneous. Now, drawing is a biologically adaptive process by children to understand the three-dimensional world in terms of two-dimensional space. Whereas for us, drawing is art and all that kind of nonsense. And then you have only one person who remains artist and everybody else drops out. But in the school that I ran, every child drew, but we never talked about what is the quality of drawing. Because drawing was only a cognitive means to understand the real world. It doesn't need your approval. It doesn't need your certificate. The child is seeing with their eyes. So, I mean, I don't want to call it research. I would call it tapas. It's a dedicated tapas to understand what the hell is happening in this country. You see, if you look around in this country, you can show me one institution that is generating knowledge. I will remove half my mustache. You can see, my beard, everything is there. I will remove half. See, there is no knowledge production in this country. Whatever the West is creating, we are imitating. And there is one very fundamental premise problem with the Western world. You see, Indian culture, Indian psyche begins with this sloka that Purnamidam, Purnamadal, Purnal, Purnamudichyate, which means that we are complete at every stage. When a child is born, it is complete. Whereas the West always thinks that something is wrong with the other, we have to repair them. So they are always starting from deficitness. They want to repair nature, they want to repair our brain. You should listen to world famous so-called scientists talking about how they want to repair our brain, I mean, that is the kind of level of arrogance that people have. We don't even know how to use it because we have never used our senses. We have never used our body to the way that nature has given us. And I have really spent years trying to understand how do we I won't take too much time. One more thing I will tell you, simple thing, that see at the first level, as I was telling that in 4 years time, children learned how to speak 4 languages in the Bangalore slums. Now I'm sure all of you must have hated grammar when you are studying. If you are a teacher, you will enjoy, but as a student, I remember 95% of the people hated grammar initially. And very few people must have taken some interest by accident. You see, now today I am so much interested in grammar. See, the question is that how do you now initiate interest in grammar? You see, we have learned how to speak very well without knowing grammar, which means that there is a way we imbibe grammar without knowing it. It's only a question of what I call as metacognition. That you begin to observe, you begin to become aware of how you are speaking. You will be able to decode what grammar is. Am I right? It's only a matter of paying attention to how people are speaking. So we have never even decoded how to, understand knowledge. Grammar, I think I can tell you, could be the most interesting thing that anybody can understand, anybody can explore. But you tell me how many people have actually explored grammar. It's because we have not understood it. So sorry, I have taken too much time. Thank you very much. But do connect with me. I'm really interested in, because I say that schools, since there are schools, how do we now figure out a way to create least damage to children? So our aim should be initially probably not, I mean, my aim would be to destroy all schools, no doubt. But the time being, let's look at how do we lessen the damage that we do to children, And please don't imitate the Western countries. Please, they don't understand children. They don't understand life because they are only interested in controlling life. This is the problem. We can't control life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Dhaval, I think, wants to say something on this. Dhaval, go ahead.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Pooja madam. Yeah. So, first of all, attending, this Inspire session for me, who is very new to the education space has been very, I would say, it's a very great experience, kind of, changed lot of thoughts around, how I used to think. And yeah. So, my question was to both, Jinan sir as well as to Yogendra Bangar sir. So whereas Jinan sir is kind of, doing a great, inspiring work in early and primary school education space. And Yogendra sir is doing something, in the senior, education space. So as a technocrat, what I would like to understand from them is, yes, these concepts are great. They are awesome. They are inspiring. But how, what are your thoughts on taking this to the masses? Reason being, our country, in India, there are 30 million children who need such type of, different concepts of, education. And creating a website, creating a video, attending such type of seminars, creating a marketing around it are, they will come with, that, constraints. So what are your thoughts and, plan, if you can share, sir, of scaling, these initiatives, that would be really helpful for me. Yeah.
योगेंद्र जी बोलिए आप.
हेलो, नमस्कार.
हाँ, नमस्कार योगेंद्र जी. सर मैं हिंदी में रिपीट करें क्या?
हाँ जी. कुछ नहीं, एजुकेशन जो कुछ है, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ज्ञान जो दिया जाता है वो अच्छी तरह से प्यार से दिया जाए तो बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से वो कंप्लीट हो सकता है. यानी वो बच्चे हो या बूढ़े हो, किसी को भी ज्ञान अगर बहुत ही प्यार से हम दे सके तो वह बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से वो उनको आता है. ये मेरा खुद का ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस है, मेरा अनुभव है.
Right.
जी सर. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. मैं दासा जी से पूछना चाहूंगी, I have a question for Swami ji.
Yeah, please.
There's undoubtedly, it's very clear that you are giving nutritious meals across the masses, to the children who are in need. I believe that you are giving it to those who need nutritious meals, who are deprived of nutritious meals. But I had one doubt that, since is there a contour of religion attached with it, or what kind of alongside what is happening to the children who are coming for education?
Oh, this is a purely secular program. It is meant only to feed them. There is no other religious angle to this as such. But of course, Akshaya Patra was founded by ISKCON, but it's independent non-profit on its own, secular profit, not for profit, which is dedicated only in hunger and nutrition sphere. It wants to focus only on reducing hunger and malnutrition. That is the purpose, and thus support the education. We also have other programs. We feed for other underprivileged section. We have low-cost meals for daily wage earners. Like this, we do many feeding programs. So it is not based on anybody's religion. It is given free. It is given, of course, there's a government support coming in many places wherever there is a partnership. And we also do raise the funds from philanthropists and corporates and general individuals. That's how we run this program. So apart from this, we also graduate to doing more apart from midday meals. Like in schools, we want to equip people with nice water taps, water. These are all additional requirements for bringing children to the school. So these kind of initiatives also we do in under Akshaya Patra. And we have one very interesting program called Giving Every Dream a Chance. So what we have done is that we have different children have different ideas what they want to become. So one child had a desire that he wants to become an actor. So we did an audition for various students, and we selected about 50-60 students, and we did a acting course for all of them. So we also do things like that, and we did even another person wanted to become a chef. So we got a chef from Taj to train these students also. So these kind of programs we take up apart from the midday meal itself. But the midday meal is feeding is our core of Akshaya Patra, and it is not. It is inspired by ISKCON's founder, Prabhupada's vision to ensure no hunger. But the program itself is totally secular, and it is focused only on feeding.
Thank you so much. Not only feeding, there is in this Maslow's hierarchy of needs, they say that first need for safety and hunger should be satisfied. After that, you can give things like knowledge and learning, and everything else begins only after that. So if the child comes to the school with a hungry stomach, he will not be able to concentrate much as to what learnings or teachings are happening in the school. Have you also connected with the midday meal program of the government, or is there some sort of collaboration, or are they learning from you?
No, we are a partner with the government in all these locations. Wherever we are serving midday meal, the government gives us a grant and the grains, some portion of the grains. We top it up with an additional funding, and to ensure a wholesome meal. The government gives about 100 grams of wheat or rice, and for a primary student, upper primary student, it gives 150 grams. And we add, apart from that, we add a special of this thing. It costs about 12 to 14 rupees per meal. So the government grant works out to about 6 rupees. We add this balance 6 rupees, and we serve. Wherever we are doing it in partnership with the government only.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for this input, and we'd love to visit your foundation. We'd love to visit how and learn how you're carrying on this wonderful project.
Yes, you could visit out somewhere in we have in Uttar Pradesh, in Vrindavan, we have in Delhi, So all these locations we are already serving.
I'm in Kerala. Do you have one in Kerala?
Not yet. We wish to do. We wish to start.
Okay, wonderful. This question is from Prashant. Is Prashant there? Has he left the meeting? Wonderful. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to ask this to the viewers. Prashant started off with this question: what is the purpose of our life? This has been a universal philosophical question. Can anyone answer this question? Because it's been haunting us. I mean, a lot of us are being, pounded by this question. What is the purpose of our life? Audience can just unmute and speak.
That's exactly what I was thinking about, and in fact, I wrote in the chat box also. I mean, now listening to so many people doing so many things, I think I need to kind of again rethink exactly what is the purpose, because I've been, working on this, that I'm probably born for something, something worthwhile to do in life, so that, I leave behind constructive memories. So I've been, on this, but then now looking at so many people and coming up with amazing things, somewhere down the line, I think I need to answer that to myself, that you can, the answer for me would be, you can do just about anything to realize the purpose behind your life. Anything, because, there's so much of variety we've already seen. So anything to people, anything that will help people, anything that will bring a smile in the face of the children. And it could be just about anything. That itself will perhaps, make you realize your purpose. That fulfillment, that satisfaction that you will have is enough to realize the purpose.
Maya ji, would you like to say something?
I think Prashant has answered that question himself, and I think that's a big thought for all of us to think, because really we start collecting things and trying to ape our neighbor or our relative who has and we do not have that A object or whatever, and we don't have, actually now in this pandemic we've realized we don't even need anything of it. We really don't need anything. In Marathi there's a saying, but I don't know the full thing, but it implies that you need only one thing to cover yourself today and another for tomorrow. That's about it. And if you really, really carefully think about it, I've had major experiences in my life, and I was asked this question way back in '84 before I started the school, which is Gurukul, and it is a different school because it is the classrooms are housed in railway coaches, and real railway coaches which we bought from the government, not from the government, from the scrap dealer. And I still have those coaches, and there was a lot of opposition from one parent group, but the children, when they saw the school, you should have seen their faces, and they're still happy. Of course, the idea was taken from Toto-chan, and I'm working totally in sync with whatever has been said this evening. But yes, there's a long way to go, and there are struggles and struggles to convince parents and teachers that let children be. Let children be. It is difficult, and that's why now I brought it down. Okay, up to 8th standard, I said it is my child. 9th and 10th, let the board take care. So I struggle with that, and I'm still struggling, but I don't give up. But experiences like what Prashant said, I had a similar experience too, and that taught me many lessons. One of them quickly, because it is related to the arm. When I was going through my cancer treatment, I was in total pain. And there was a girl who came, she was barely 20 years old. And my husband, also being a doctor, another doctor approached him, and my husband does a lot of social work. So he said, can you help her out in some way? So my husband just got her when I was taking the chemo. So she asked me that, why are you crying? So I didn't want to say anything, but I saw she didn't have both her limbs. So I said, did you meet with an accident? So she said, no, I was born without the limbs. And I'm so glad that Dr. Saab is helping me to get one limb. I just want to write my paper. She was appearing for a BCom. She said, I want to write the paper myself. And I said, I'm never going to cry. Never ever. Because, the first thought which came to my mind, I love to sit on swings. Even today when I get a chance, I sit on a swing. And I said, this girl has never sat on a swing. So, and she also mentioned it, that I have never sat on a swing. And that really moved me. And I went through a lot of pain, but I said, no, I've been really blessed in all ways. And this girl is struggling just to write a paper. And what I say to my teachers today is that we have 5-star schools. When people are doing this kind of work, I think we should be ashamed, because we have everything that you can name. Everything. Whether it is the network or the laptops, and you name it, we have the works. And why can't we help our children enjoy? Why can't we help the children learn what they want to? Why are we so stuck up with completion of syllabus? And I tell my teachers, I don't want the children to complete syllabus. Let them discover. I give many choices. Right from first standard, they are allowed to make a choice. Even in playgroup, they're allowed to make a choice. So somewhere we are trying, but we are not there. But the struggle is on. And I think if we believe in something, we should continue. As Mr. Jinan said, we have to do it, because we can't ask the government to change. We have to change ourselves. And we can't keep latching on thoughts on the government all the time, and this is happening and that is happening. The change has to come from us. And if we believe in something, let's do it. Nobody's going to stop us. The board will take care, and children do learn. None of our children have failed in the last 20 batches that have gone up. And even if they fail, it doesn't matter. We are not here for results. We are here for children's confidence. What you all mentioned yesterday, the social awareness, culture, purposeful living, purposeful leadership, imagination, and to be caring of the environment. If we cannot help our children to understand these basics, I think we have failed. Not the education policies or the government. We have failed. Thank you so much, Pooja. But this is too inspiring and too awesome. It's just more than standing ovation. I don't know what to do. Pranams to all of you, really, from the bottom.
So, yes, indeed. Because, as a principal of a school, when I hear similar stories across the country and similar struggles, similar pains, and, similar moments of, confusion, when we wonder where we are leading our schools towards. Believe me that, as you said, that till 8th the child is ours. But if we continue, one of the responsibilities of the principals is also to prepare the child for 9th. It's a board class. So we do understand that we have to give every kind of joy to the child. The joy coupled with learning should be there. The adventures of learning should be there. We have, then led to a crossroad where suddenly the child has to go through that tunnel of formal education. We have no escape from that, which is sad, which is really sad. I am not saying this with any pride, but we need a recourse. We now need solutions to this, and let's hope these deliberations will help. Find some solutions. We will. It's already 6:05, but we have Nakul. If Nakul is there, he has a question for Jinan sir. Nakul, are you there?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes,
Last question.
Yes. My question was that Jinan sir said that keep away children from the stories or adults, or there were many options. But I have a question about the stories mainly. How without the stories the children will get saved? Like from the ancient times, we are making them aware about the stories of Shivaji Maharaj and many more, and sons, all these, or stories from the Vedas. And how without the stories we can imagine to shape their mind?
No. So I don't think we educated are capable of handling children. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If an illiterate person, they are very good because they don't have any silly concepts learned from the West. See, the fundamental problem is that the educated doesn't have even an authentic mind. See, I think the first and foremost aim of being alive is to be authentic, not to be a fake. first and foremost. And this is the lesson that an educated person understands. They must not live on somebody else's thought, whoever that is. It could be anybody, even a spiritual saint, because every living being is original and authentic. Please understand this. It is so in the initial stages of formation of the brain, it is an extremely important aspect to understand how does the mind get formed. And you see, one of the very fundamental principles of indigenous knowledge system is that everything that they do is to keep you present. Whereas modern knowledge system, whatever they do ensures that you are absent all the time. So even if you want to tell a story, please, if you just tell them some small experience that you have already had, that itself is fantastic for children to imagine. You don't have to make us some silly stories which has not happened. So you must understand certain fundamental principles of how cognition takes place before you build up your own stories, See, the most important aspect is that you must be present to what is happening around. Awareness is the key to life. And if any activity, anything that you say will ensure that the child, suppose you're going to talk about a bird that you see, just you saw, immediately the child will begin to explore birds around. But suppose you're going to tell some silly thing that something that you've never seen, where is the child going to, the child is going to be in the mind. See, the difference between the educated and the illiterate is that the educated is always in the mind. They are absent to the world. And they spend, lots of rupees. They go to Sadguru, they go to all kinds of gurus just to be present for 2 minutes, You don't have to do that. Stop educating. This is all what you need to do. If you don't educate the child, they are present to the world. Presence is the most important thing, and presence is from where any learning takes place. Without being present, no learning can take place. Please understand this. So if you to understand certain fundamental biological principles, see, this is where we've got everything wrong. We are trying to think that it is the mind that is learning. No, it's your whole body that is learning. So biology is at work. If you don't understand the biological roots of cognition, then of course modern education doesn't understand that at all. That is why we continuously think that in language we can communicate things. See, even in tradition, hundreds of years ago, when a guru transfers knowledge through sloka, that sloka is never explained. Because explanation short circuits comprehension. Understanding should take place in experience only. So first of all, we must have the mental capacity to hold a question without forcing an answer. Answer will come to you when you are experiencing it. So today what is happening is that we are using reasoning to short circuit comprehension. In fact, reasoning is the tool that you don't need at all. But that is what modern education promotes. Ability to reason, ability to analyze. And that is precisely what kills your sensitivity, your intuition, every other ability that is killed because you are overloaded with reasoning. And what is reasoning? Somebody will give you information. With that information, you can do reasoning. This is what is known as machine learning. And this is what they are doing to you. It's actually a machine learning that is being tried on people like us. So don't get fooled that this is education. We are actually under a matrix, believing that we are educated, having no knowledge, you see, but having the arrogance of an educated. So this is the matrix that we are in, ignorant but arrogant. I'm very sorry. I hope you won't mind this.
You have left us with more questions than answers.
That's whole purpose.
And we'll require, I think, more than an hour of a session only with you, so that we can reason.
And I think we talked about webinar.
Pooja ma'am, can I have a question?
I think one by one there are many curious people reasoning out.
I just want to know about the 24th webinar. I think I get more.
Sure. I think Ritu madam wants to say, we are way beyond our time schedule, but I think we would love to I mean, conclude. Let's go towards conclusion. So Ritu ma'am, go ahead.
Pooja ma'am,
Thank you so
One
much.
sec, Bala ma'am. After Ritu ma'am, I'll give you a chance.
So thank you so much, Pooja ma'am. We are running out of time. I know still you have given me a chance. So योगेंद्र जी से मैं पूछना चाहूंगी, मतलब ये इतना यूनिक आइडिया. मैं एक ट्राइबल डिस्ट्रिक्ट में स्कूल चलाती हूँ, 5,000 बच्चे हैं, 10,000 फैमिली, 10,000 पेरेंट्स से मैं कनेक्ट हूँ. मान के चले, मतलब हम बचपन की तो केयर करते हैं, लेकिन जीवन का आखिरी पड़ाव योगेंद्र जी, और जब वो पूरी जिंदगी दे देते हैं अपने परिवार को, अपने समाज को, और आखिरी में उन्हें कोई पूछने वाले रहते हैं और नहीं भी रहते, तो ये इतना टचिंग है ये जानना कि आपने उनको उठाया एंड द वे यू हैव स्टार्टेड वर्किंग विद देम. सो हम क्या अपने अपने लेवल पे ऐसा कुछ शुरू कर सकते हैं? ये एक नेग्लेक्टेड पार्ट ऑफ द सोसाइटी या कम्युनिटी हो जाता है. योगेंद्र जी, कैसे शुरुआत करनी चाहिए? What is your guidelines for that?
नहीं, इसका तो मैं गाइड नहीं कुछ करूंगा, आपसे मैं कुछ बातचीत करना चाहता हूँ. वैसी कोई चीज नहीं है. वो गांव में हमारी जो कुछ दादी माँ थी, तो वो सब हम प्यार से इकट्ठा हुआ, हमारा पूरा गांव का एक परिवार था. मैं तो उस गांव में टीचर बन के गया था, लेकिन पूरे गांव पूरा गांव जो था वो एक परिवार बन गया. और परिवार में अगर कोई अपना कुछ किसी बीमार पड़ता है, किसी को कुछ दुख होता है, तो हमें जैसा लगता है, उसी तरह गांव में जो हमारी दादी माँ है या सभी है, उन सभी के तरीके से हमें ऐसा लग गया और हम इकट्ठा आकर ये सब शुरू किया. तो ऐसे हम दूसरे जगह भी अच्छी तरह से कर सकते हैं, लेकिन जो दादी माँ है वो आनी चाहिए हमारे स्कूल में. तो उनसे हमारा प्यार जैसा बर्ताव होना चाहिए. उनको ऐसा लगना चाहिए कि जो कोई हमारे लिए कर रहा है वो अच्छा कर रहा है, और एक दूसरे से जो कोई रिश्ता है, ऐसा प्यार भरा रिश्ता हो, तो कोई भी काम दुनिया में सफल हो जाएगा. दो दिल मिल जाए तो पहाड़ भी खींचा जाए, ऐसा कहा जाता है. हम तो इतने आदमी हैं, हम कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन करते समय हमें इंसानियत हो या प्यार हो, इसकी बहुत जरूरत है.
योगेंद्र जी, मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहती हूँ, एक प्रोजेक्ट हमने शुरू किया था अपने स्कूल में, उसका नाम दादा दादी की कहानियां. तो अभी बहुत सारे there are so many students who are living in nuclear families and who don't have the pleasure of being with their grandparents. So when we were young, our grandparents used to narrate so many stories to us, and through those stories they used to tell us that do this, do that, and lot of Ramayana and Mahabharata was told to us through those stories. But current day children are living in nuclear families. So we invited dadas and dadis and nanas and nanis to come to the classroom to share to narrate one story a day. And you should see the way they used to dress up and nicely come. And it was the most joyful time that they spent with the children. This was for kindergarten only. Second standard तक का था. बहुत अच्छा बढ़िया प्रोजेक्ट चला ये हमारा. तो यार लास्ट बाला मैम कुछ कहना चाह रही थी, तो
थैंक यू मैडम. My last question, I'm sorry that everyone is about to leave. Actually, my question is to Jinan sir. Sir, you gave one slide where curiosity and patience will go together. How can this happen, especially with the very tender age when we are curious about anything? Do we have patience? We don't have, right? We wanted to gain that knowledge, or you want to do something. Children, especially small kids, if they are curious about anything, they don't have the patience. So how to imbibe that patience among that tender age?
Sir, unmute yourself.
So if you remember that it was a circle, that I have shown, begins with curiosity, and then it goes on to observation, all that kind of stuff. As that happens, then slowly, patience begin, get established. And curiosity is something that dies at any time, especially for a child, and especially for not so much educated, curiosity never dies. So there is a very innate, because this is life given, please understand this. It's only by which we can deny this thing, we can damage it. But something that is given by life, it doesn't go away, So so curiosity is something that is there, embedded in you, and patience is something that you keep on developing. So it's not that on the first day child will have patience, So that's why I told you it's a recurring kind of a cycle where each time something strengthens the other. You become more patient. Patient means what? Your ability to attend to something without movement. You are looking at something and you are just there, being attentive. It requires patience to. Suppose you're watching a bird coming and nesting. It's an hours of observation. You need both attention and patience together, and curiosity. So these are not fragments, This is all one thing. For a learner, everything is together,
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but it is difficult to have this in a classroom. Please don't try to apply this at all anywhere in the classroom, because this can only have in a live situation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So this is amazing,
Okay,
that we don't want to leave this meeting. We want to continue to get inspired. But I think we've taken it to another level altogether. We created a WhatsApp group also. So thank you. First of all, thank you to all the speakers for, energizing us and, inspiring us. I think the mission of this 2 days session is complete. We are completely charged up. We are completely inspired. And as I said, every student can learn, just not on the same day or the same way. So everybody can learn in different geographies, in different with different abilities. We are just facilitators, and I think each one of you is doing a tremendous job and tremendous, contribution to the society. Thank you with folded hands.
Madam, I just have one request. It will just take 30 seconds. If you can just remove the presentation and everyone can come live on video. We can have a group photo of this awesome, inspiring community, which has kind of raised a lot of awareness in India at least.
I thought about this yesterday.
Yes.
Pooja, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And my only request, Pooja, is that if is it possible to get the numbers, because I'm a little challenged with technology. So,
ma'am, आप अपना number लीजिए. Please give your number in the chat box, WhatsApp group. There's a link here in the WhatsApp for the WhatsApp group joining in the chat box. Connect, and then you will automatically connect to everyone. Repost that link in the chat box, please, so that madam can click on it. Please do that.
But it said I have to download some app. I got confused.
It's WhatsApp web, ma'am. That is WhatsApp web. आप ऐसा कीजिए कि
I need to know because I'm very technology and me are poles apart.
So विवेक जी ने आपको ऐड कर दिया है. So your job is done. So, who else has an issue?
Please add me also.
Nandita, madam.
Yes. I would wanted to know when is this webinar on the 24th. If we could have the details.
11 a.m.
So
I will send it in the group.
Sir, post the details in the WhatsApp group only, no?
Yeah.
Join.
So, Dhawal, you
Thank
can
you. Have you clicked our picture? Have you clicked our photographs?
Yeah, I'm just...
Everyone is yet to come.
So shall we all say cheese and say goodbye?
Yeah. One minute, please. Yes, madam. I have taken the click. Yeah, at least we have 50%
you have to
of the
teach me
figure.
how to do this, okay?
Okay. Sure, definitely, madam.
Without using your mobile phone, how did you do it through the laptop? You have to teach me. Okay.
Yeah.
Screenshot.
Windows and part screen. That's all.
you learn many things still.
Can you take the screenshot?
Say that again, Swati.
Windows and part screen, and you click it together, and the screen is
Okay. Oh, thank you. That was learning for me. Thank you and goodbye. Namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you.